Hello everyone, this is Money Mom. Welcome to the channel. Today, I wanted to share with you guys the most expensive things or slash overpriced things our family owns. Let me get started and show about it. Okay, all, in the last 5 years, our washing machine, which was a Maytag, which was over 20 years old, decided it had had enough. So we had to get a new one. And when I went to go get one, they only had a couple in stock. So we didn't get many choices. And this was during the time where people were waiting for months before they could get parts for anything or appliances. So when you don't have very many choices, they can up the cost. I can't remember how much this one cost, but I can tell you that it was more than what we normally would have spent. But I kind of feel like we do need a washing machine. So this is one of the most expensive things that we own. I don't know if it'll last 20 years, but I hope that it lasts a long time. I wouldn't say the cell phone's the most expensive thing we own, but let me just say this. I know many people that keep their cell phones for 5 years. Because I'm working out in the field and I use my cell phone for work and for both YouTube, and also I use it for my demo job, I have to keep it charged, and after a couple years, it doesn't charge properly. So I need to replace my cell phone more often than I would like to because it starts to wear down and it doesn't hold a charge as long and such. And I find that to be expensive. And I notice every time I go, the phones go up in price. And I'm not buying the most expensive fancy phone. I'm buying a middle of the road phone. Another really expensive item was our stove because we bought it right during the last 5 years. There weren't that many stoves to begin with. A lot of them were on hold. We had to buy something that was in the store, and I think there were 2 choices. As a matter of fact, let me turn around and show you the dishwasher. I know a dishwasher is not a need, but because I work multiple jobs and because I do a lot of meal prepping, I do use this dishwasher. Now, I could live without it. It does have a 10-year warranty. I can just tell you that with everything, I know it was over $900 because there weren't that many choices. I think that was the only choice we had. And this was a time where people were waiting on hold. So we had to go to a store where they had something at the store. So those are 2 items. We bought these during the worst time in the world. That's the problem, guys, with buying stuff like this. When you purchase them at the worst time, they're going to jack up the prices and you don't get as many choices. If you can wait, it's always better. Okay, here is our central heating system. This does not include the air conditioning part of it or the air conditioning condenser, whatever you want. That's outside. That is separate. I remember in the early 2000s, we spent $1,700 for a heating and air conditioning unit together. That included both of them, okay? We had to get them updated, and that was in the early 2000s. I remember that. Well, this heater, just the heater function, was close with the thermostat. It was right around $9,800. We did pay cash for it. That's the thing, is I try as much as I can every month. I make a different amount. I try to stock my savings and save whatever I can, so that way I can pay cash for these things. So all the things I'm showing you, we paid cash for, but it takes a while to rebuild these savings when these things come up. So I wanted to show you that we replaced this, and when our heater, and I'll show you the thermostat wasn't working, and we were wondering what it was. Well, our heater went out. Our heater was 18 years old, okay, just to share that with you, and we had a thermostat before this. It was not working. It jammed, so I thought, what is it? And of course, it was during one of the coldest times for Texas anyway. It was down into the 30s, which is cold for us, and we had to wait a couple days for them to come out and replace this, okay? And so that's how much it cost, and we got it at a terrible time when this was the only one that they had. So, we didn't have lots and lots of options, and it was supposed to get even colder, so we needed to get a heater. That's one of them. Now I'm about to take you outside and show you something that is going to shock you. So stay tuned. I'm outside. It's pretty nice out here right now. I'm looking forward to cooler weather. Can I get a hello from anyone? Well, I'm about to show you one of the most expensive items. And when I tell you what the price of it is, you're going to be shocked, and I'm probably going to get some judgment in the comments. But this was in 2022, and it's when we had our car wreck. So I'm about to show you our vehicle, which you've seen, and I'm about to tell you what we spent on this car, which I've never shared. And we did pay cash for it. You're probably wondering, how would you have that much cash? Well, I'm going to explain in a minute. But anyway, it's pretty ridiculous. But I'll just say this, in 2022, when we got in a car accident, okay, and our Toyota Corolla basically was totaled, that's the year I broke all those bones, and we needed a vehicle. Well, we had one that we were renting from, we rented it, our insurance paid for it, right? So we had to go and we had to get another vehicle because we only had so much time that we could rent it and where they paid for it. Otherwise, it would be out of our pocket. Well, we were looking everywhere to get a vehicle new and used, and there were none to be had. This was in 2022, okay? And they were way overpriced, even like used vehicles, everything. We were shocked. Anyway, we went everywhere. They were on hold, like anything we wanted. They couldn't even tell me when the vehicles were going to become available. And if there was something available, guess what? They were charging big time. I mean, they were really charging a lot. So we finally got a vehicle, and it's been a great vehicle, I have to say that. But when I'm going to show it to you, which you've seen it, but I can't believe we spent this much on a car. So let me say how we paid for it first. First of all, I've told you guys this before. I work from home. Every month I make a different amount of money, and I wear multiple hats. Well, what I do is I make sure all of our four walls are taken care of, but I have a savings account, and anything I can. Some months I can put more than others. One month I might only be able to put 200. One month I might be able to put 600. There's months where I haven't been able to put anything. It depends on the month and what we have going on. But I've been really good about saving money, okay? And so basically I've just stuck it away over the years. And so basically how we paid for it is through our savings and through the check that we got from the insurance company. It was a combination of both of them, okay? So $15,000 came out of our savings, and then the other, maybe it was a little more than $15,000 came out of our savings, and then the other was from the insurance company. So this is our Ford Fusion. I'm about to show it to you in just a minute. Okay, this is our used Ford Fusion. It is in 2019. We bought it in 2022. We did pay cash for it. I don't owe payments on it, but we paid $30,000 for it. I know you're going, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. You could have gotten something cheaper. You would think so, wouldn't you? The thing we like about it is it has a backup camera, and we are going to keep it for as long as we can. It doesn't even have 100,000 miles on it. I think it has like 50-some thousand. The good news is we don't drive that much, so we're hoping that this is going to last us a while. But guess what? We spent so much time looking for a car, and do you know that we could only find 2 cars that we could purchase that day? Everything else was on hold. And so was it a good deal? No. But you know what? We needed a vehicle, and so this is what we got. I'm going to tell you guys now, if you can avoid purchasing things when it is not buying things in a seller's market, that is the best deal. Sorry, basically what I was telling you is try to avoid buying things during a seller's market. Example, I didn't show you my house. You know why? Because we bought our house in 1999. We paid $65,000 for it. Now, it's not the most gorgeous house, but it is paid for. Well, these same houses in my neighborhood, it depends on the house. If you've done any updates, I'm going to give you a range. They're going right now from anywhere from $270 to $325, well, maybe $250 to $325, depending on many factors. The houses aren't worth that in this neighborhood. Most of them were built in the early 60s. We got a good deal on that. but many people are overpaying for homes. And my concern is that if the house marketing goes way down like it did in 2008, 2009, people will then be upside down on their mortgage. So we got a good deal on that, but there are some things that we have not gotten a good deal on, and we are hoping to have more choices, because when the power's put in our hands and we can make better choices because there's more choices to choose from. I mean, have you guys ever purchased something where they couldn't even give it away? They're, basically almost paying you to take it, right? That's always a great scenario. But it is not fun to be in a situation where there's not a lot of choices. They know they have you, and then they can overcharge you. And they know you need a car. They know you need an air conditioner. They know you need a heater. Now, granted, out of all those things, I probably could have gone without the dishwasher. I will agree with you. But we did pay cash for all of it. So, bottom line is, that's why I feel it is so important to save money, so that when these things come up, I can pay cash. My issue is, with today's economy, it is taking me longer to replace those savings. Let me know if any of this is relatable. I love you guys. I hope you didn't mind me sharing all this personal stuff. I know I'm probably going to get some judgment about what we paid for the car. I know it was a lot, but we don't have payments. So anyway, guys, I love you, appreciate you. Let me know something in your house that you paid a lot for because you maybe didn't feel like you had a choice. It was overpriced, and you're not happy about it. Kind of makes you mad to think about it, but it is what it is. Anyway, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Love you, appreciate you. Hope to see you on the next video. Bye, everybody.